I've been thrifting online almost exclusively for years now, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it. I've scored some vintage grails that will last me a lifetime. So today I'm going to be giving out tips on how to buy secondhand clothes online and where I source some of the best vintage finds you can get. Quick disclaimer though, I am from the Philippines, so most of the sellers I'm going to be mentioning will not be able to ship overseas, but the tips I'm going to be giving out work all the same. All right, before you even start looking for clothes online, the first thing, and this is the most important tip, the first thing you should know are your measurements. That is the single most important thing you should know before purchasing any kind of clothing online. If you don't know how to take your measurements or what measurements to take, some of the basics are shoulder width, chest diameter, arm length. I'm just gonna put up a diagram here or whatever. Waist, hips, inside leg, outside leg. For tailoring, you also need the neck and the wrists. Now, once you know your measurements, you need to measure your favorite pieces. I'll give you 3 examples. For pants, you lay it flat and measure the waist, hips, inseam, and overall length. And if you're like me and you like big leg openings, like bell-bottom type pants, you'll need to know the hem size that you prefer. For t-shirts, shoulder width, armpit to armpit, and length from the highest point of the shoulder. For long sleeve shirts, again, the shoulder, armpit to armpit, the length, and you add the sleeve length. This is what most sellers use for reference, so it's important you know this. All right, let's get into buying online with examples. I get most of my stuff from Instagram because most of the sellers on IG are proper. What I mean by that is they know the measurements to put, they're more responsive, and they don't give dumb responses like what you'd get from Facebook Marketplace or Carousel. If you've been buying online for a while, you know what I mean. All right, so let's start with one of the first curators I followed on Instagram. And let's check out some of his posts. He sells some really good stuff. It's mixed, but the interesting part about him is he already has some cropped stuff. Most of his stuff are actually cropped. So if you don't want to crop your thrifted stuff, then he's your guy. All right, let's check out this workwear shirt. As you can see, he has the width and length. And for tops, that's pretty much all you need to figure out if it would fit you or not. If your favorite shirt or if your favorite polo has the same width and length as this, then you're pretty much good to go. Unless you're really particular about the sleeve length and stuff like that, then you just ask him. He also has some pretty nice pants, some interesting pants. What stood out to me are these OG 507 military trousers. Now, if you see the measurements, the width, so that's the waist. Length is 43 inches. Leg open, so that's like the thigh area. The knee area is 10 inches. Note that this is when it's laid out flat, okay? And then the feet open, which is the hem, is 8.5. So my thing with this is I like my hems to be at least 10 inches. I don't like my hems under 10 inches. I don't know. I like the flared look. Next up is my most recent discovery. Now, if you're into Japanese Americana, I recommend this guy and just vintage workwear in general. They are a bit overpriced, but he has some quality pieces. So if you think it's worth it, then you go for it. I actually got my raw selvage denim from Labor Union from him. Sometimes he drops good pieces, and that pair in particular wasn't that expensive. I think I got it for 80 bucks or 4,000 pesos. These are samurai heavy chino trousers. So if you know, you know. Tag 32, so that's a 32 waist. This is laid flat, so 16 inches laid flat. The rise is 10.5 inches, thighs 11.3, inseam 26. Length, this is the overall length, 36.4, and the hem is 8.2. So again, the hem isn't really doing it for me. It tapers down too much, and the length is a 36 for length. Personally, I don't go under 42 inches when it comes to length because I like it stacking on my shoes. He also sells some vintage shoes. This is a Viberg hiker boot, so this is very in right now. This is trending right now. He has a double RL jacket that looks pretty nice. Pit to pit measurement is 25 inches. That fits me perfectly. Length is 24, again, perfect length for me. Shoulder is 20 and sleeve is 24.2. This is priced at 9,880 pesos, so that's around 200 bucks. Yeah, I think this is priced pretty fairly at 9,880. It is vintage double RL, so it does make sense. So yeah, if you like some vintage workwear slash amikaji or Japanese Americana, check this guy out. Lastly, a more trendy curator. I got some really good pants from Korea from this guy. He sells some cropped hoodies, sweatpants, really nice jeans, baggy wash denim pants again. So he lays out the details pretty well. They have a mine seal grab lock basis, so if you really want the piece, you can just lock it, it's automatically yours. Sometimes he has interesting pieces like these double knees, and he also sold some raw denim from Korea, I believe. Pretty nice stuff. Actually, recently I've been liking his drops, so if you want, check him out. All right, now that you guys know how to get pieces that fit you right, I'm gonna be sharing more curators I follow, because that's what we do here. We don't gatekeep. I am a firm believer that if you do want to add to your wardrobe, you should look into buying secondhand first. Especially if you want to try new trends, it'll be better, because if you realize you're not really into that trend, number one, you'll save money. Number two, you'll save Mother Earth. Win, win. Right? Now on to more curators. These curators don't only sell clothes, some of them sell watches, caps, okay? So you have all sorts of curators. I'll be sharing every one of them that I follow. So this is the first guy, the guy I mentioned a while ago, and the more trendy dude. Garments PH, he's another seller that sells more trendy pieces. So he sells baggier clothes, baggier denim. So I recommend checking him out if you're into that look. The Beats and Pieces, I got my vintage Seiko Dolce from him. It's a Seiko Dolce tank. It's beautiful. I still have it with me. Even with watches, you know, you don't have to buy brand new. Like the new Cartiers are so expensive nowadays. Even vintage Cartiers are expensive, right? But if you just want the tank look, Seiko is the way to go, and he has a lot of options for you guys. Fades and Patinas, the Amikaji Japanese Americana. Swaggy Head only, got so many caps from this dude. I got, I think, 3 caps from him. Thrift Crate is for the leather goods, you know, the shoes, loafers, boots. He sells all those things. At Thrifts by L, he sells mostly more designer stuff, so Tommy Hilfiger, RL. He recently had the ALD two-tone cap for sale. Weekly Archive, colorful jackets, varsity jackets, jeans, kits, and everything. Cactus Club is another curator that sells a lot of jackets, some puffers. So if you're traveling, if you're going to somewhere cold, this is a good curator to check out. East Coast Manila. We don't have a lot of these here. And he sells mainly blazers. So mainly blazers, sometimes trousers, but he sells mainly blazers, and it's super cool. It's super cool. I think I got 3 blazers from him. If you go to the office or if you need a suit really quickly, this is the guy to go to. The Vintage Clothing PH. Now, he sells some interesting jackets sometimes, like this brown leather one. That's really, really cool. I love leather jackets, but I just can't wear them in this weather. So if I could, I would, but it just doesn't make sense. Now, if you want a more avant-garde, this is more niche, I would say. He has pieces from YSL. These are the YSL boots. This biohazard leather jacket that he just sold. He has one-of-one pieces. So if you're into that stuff, more avant-garde style, check this guy out. Perfect Fade, again, more baggier stuff, baggy denim, cropped stuff. Workwear also. RE Cap, okay, this is another guy who sells a lot of really nice caps. I have a very particular style with my caps. I like them. I like 5-panel caps, not too structured in the front, and it's hard to find. The Neat Guy, he sells mostly polos, some RLs, and more designer stuff. Ugh. This is the cap I got. So nice. It's from Crafted London. I got it from Loots For You. This is another creator who sells mainly caps. It's amazing what you can get secondhand. This is practically brand new. Look at that. The green pops so nicely. Bang for your buck. And that's all of them. I really believe we should all practice more sustainable ways to enjoy fashion. It's better for our wallet and for global waste. And that's it for the day. I hope this helped. If it did help, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.